Hello and welcome back to part 4 of the Seiko 5 Disassembly and Service. In the previous part I took apart the calendar works and they're all nicely in pot 7 of my ice cube tray. There's one part that I didn't take off which I should have done, and that is this, which is a little pusher. So when you, where's the stem hole? There. When you push the stem in, it actuates this little lever, which I'll just do that, and that will actuate the day or date function, and that is part of the calendar works, and I need to pop that into its little pot. Now it just sits on a post. It's not held down by a screw or anything, and it just allows you to just do that. So that can go in the pot, and that's the calendar works complete. Right, now we're on to the keyless works, which is this mechanism here, which is the setting and time function. Now on most watches you can wind it as well as set the time and or date, and the little clutch and levers here allow that to happen. You pull out to set the time, push it in to wind it up. With this being an automatic winder, that function isn't quite exactly as it is. One point, why is it called a keyless works? Okay, let's step back in time to the days of pocket watches. That's a big pocket watch. And this is one that I've got that is due to be serviced at some point, and it's upside down. Let's do it that way. There we go. As you can see, it's had a fair bit of impact. I suspect the dial feet are there where they've pushed the enamel out, which is a damn shame, so I guess it's been dropped. And it's called keyless works because back in the day, this is a very old watch, they were wound and set with a key. And here we are, there's a bunch of keys, and each one has a little square hole in it, and that goes on there and sets the date and time. So key wound and key set, that became stem wound, which is where you'd have a little winding crown there, stem wound and key set, which then became stem wound stem set, and then it was just a case of miniaturization, and lo and behold we have the wristwatch. Oops, sorry. So, and as there's no key, keyless works. So there we go. Right, so first thing to take off is this setting lever spring, and there's 2 screws on that. That's not too bad. Not factory tight, but not sloppy loose like some of the others that we've had on this watch. So excuse me, I'm a little bit jittery this morning because, well, it is morning, because I think I've had too much coffee. And yeah, there we go. My little Rodico screw assistant. Right, we're now into pot number 8. Yes, it is pot number 8. There we are. That's one. And let's do the, oops, let's try and keep it in focus. There, that's a bit loose. There we are, that's loose. Where are you? Oh, you're there. You fell off. Fell off my sticky Rodico. Okay, pop you in the pot. There we go. Right, so that should now just lift off, which it does. Sorry about that. Interruption from outside. There we are. So that's the setting lever spring, and just have a look at it on the other side. Oh, dearie me, twangy. That's a technical term, by the way. No signs of lubrication, no signs of wear. It can go in the pot. Right, so now the yoke. And this is the yoke. It has a spring built in, so the spring tension is, God, I am jittery today. The spring tension is there, and it acts on this clutch here. So this is where we have the pegwood, because this definitely will go twang somewhere. Let's just see if I can get this unset. Turn it around. I'm going to get a different movement holder. I'm thinking of getting one of these crab claw things, you know, with the 4 lobes, because they have a bit of weight to them. Nope, can't do it that way. Right, okay, so just have to lever it up carefully. Is that the smallest? No, it isn't. Mr. Yellow, I think. There we are. That's now loose. And we can lift that off. Lift it off its post. There we go. That looks to be in good condition, which it is. Right, so the clutch can come out. Now I need to remember, fortunately, one of the benefits of recording these videos is that if I need to see which way something went in or was oriented, when I come to reassemble it, I've got my own videos to look at. So the clutch can come out. Can we do that now? Yes, we can. Right, so there we are. Where are you? Let's have it so that the people can see. Okay, so that's the clutch, and clumsy. It goes gear in. Okay, remember that. I'm going to ask questions later. So gear to the blast. Where did you go? Gear to the middle of the watch, because that's what will act on the intermediate wheel, which is under here, to act on the minute wheel. Right, now then, this is the next bit to come out. This is the stem release lever, and that, look how easy that came out. That just flips out. There is nothing holding that in. Absolutely nothing. So easy to lose. And if this isn't present, trying to get the movement out of its case is difficult, shall we say. Not impossible, it's difficult. And then this little lever, which has a chunky little post on it, is the one that goes there. Okay, now then, what about you? You screwed from behind. I don't know about you. This little guy here doesn't seem to want to come out directly. No, he doesn't. Right, okay, so I can't do anything with that. Right, the next one is this cover plate, or is it a bridge? Yeah, it is a bridge because there's a pin. I can see a pinion for the intermediate wheel for the time set function. There we go. Rodico again, because I don't trust myself at the moment, because I have had far too much caffeine this morning. I tend to record these at the end of the evening because I'm quite tired, because I have a manual job, and as a result quite relaxed. Whereas I'm doing this, it's just after midday, and as much as I ever am, I'm full of beans. Just refocus. Thank you. Oh, well, that's all right. So we get the screw. Oh, there you go. Get the screw and the cover as well. Okay, so the screw goes in the pot. I can get it off. There we are. And then the cover, let's just reposition you so we can see which way up you went. That way. Right, okay, so it's I'm finding it useful to just sort of tell myself which way a part is oriented, so it's little gap to the middle. There we are. Right, now that reveals the hour hand, which is sat on the cannon pinion. Okay, so you can come off and go into there. Then we have the minute gear, which can come off, which is actually 2 gears. You can go in there as well. And then this intermediate from the clutch, which is sat on a tiny post. Oh, you know, I'm going to use Rodico. There you go. Right, little gear. So that's okay. Let's see if I can hold that without twanging it somewhere. Yeah, that's okay. Right, now what that reveals is, if we can focus, there we are. What you see there sticking up is the cannon pinion, and this is where it gets very delicate, because let me just brace my hand right in the center. Do you see that? That's the second hand pin. Now I am if various people have got different ways of doing this, taking the cannon pinion off. Some people will lever it off. Some people use a very expensive Bourgeon cannon pinion remover, which is like a little clamp and a pull, and other people will just pull it off with the fingers. Not so sure about that. I'm tempted to leave that on for now, because what the cannon pinion is doing is protecting the second hand pin, and I think that's probably at the moment a good thing. So that is the keyless works removed. There's nothing else on there that needs to come off. Everything is as clean as it's ever likely to be, well, within reason. And does that have full travel? Yeah, it does. And next time we are into the motion works, which is the exciting bit, which is the bit probably everybody's been waiting for. I'm going to leave it in the movement holder because let's get the balance out of the way. One thing from part 1, I think it was, I said I was going to tighten up the face screws. I did do that, did it off camera. I can actually get a decent clamp on this now. There we go. And just to make sure that I did it correctly. and that they don't get lost. Right, so next one is the motion works, where I will be taking basically everything else out of the main plate, and the balance, the train of wheels, the barrel assembly, and so on. And yeah, we'll see what we can find. Might well do that under the microscope actually, because I need to. One thing I need to do is to examine the parts in detail to see what wear we have, and whether there's any damage as a result of the automatic winder mechanism plate being quite worn. The bit where the brass was showing through, do you remember that? Well, all those shavings are inside here somewhere, causing untold and unknown as yet problems. So anyway, thank you for watching. We will pick this up next time and see what we can find in the middle. And one of the things that I have to remember, it's all very well taking it apart, just got to go back together again, and in the right order. Let's see if I can do it. Can a builder repair a watch? Well, we're still finding out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and catch you next time.